Well, hello everybody. It's so good to be able to share with you today. It's me, Pastor Jono, and I'm excited to be here joining you over video. I'm sure that you've all been watching the Olympics recently. It's been a lot of fun. We've had some Olympic themes today. I'm wearing the All Blacks jersey, All Blacks Sevens, representing my home nation of New Zealand. In fact, I thought I'd bring a few of my friends onto the camera today. Let's invite Pastor Pauline. Pastor Paul, who are we representing? Who are you supporting today? What countries do we have here? Pastor Pauline.
The Philippines.
Yeah, go the Philippines.
Oh, Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! Oh, we're too high. Oh, Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
There we go, Pastor Paul representing Australia. So we've got some diversity, some different cultures around our office. Thank you, team. Thank you for joining me. You know, I like the Olympics. I love watching the different sports and watching the different people compete. And actually, I've been really impressed. I've been really impressed watching the Olympics because I have noticed that there are some young athletes competing as well. And I wonder, if you were to compete at the Olympics, what sport would you compete in? What would you be good at? I've got a few photos that I'm going to show you of a couple of athletes who are competing and who are young, just like you guys are young. So the first one here is a girl by the name of Hind Zaza. She is a 12-year-old Syrian table tennis player. 12 years old. She is the youngest athlete competing at the Olympics. I think that's pretty incredible, if you ask me. And here's another one here, a 13-year-old representing Japan, Momiji Nishia. I don't know if I've pronounced that right. She's 13, she's representing Japan. She looks really cool there on the skateboard, and she won a gold medal. Can you imagine that? Can you believe that? A gold medal at the age of 13. I bet you there are some of you thinking to yourselves, I wonder what I could win. I wonder what sport I would be good at. You know, to compete at the Olympics, it takes a lot of commitment. It takes a lot of athleticism. It takes a lot of practice. Have you ever thought about how much effort our Olympians go into in order to make it to the Olympics? How much work they have to put in? Especially, I look at these young ones. They go to school just like you. They have jobs, or well, probably not jobs, but they have work to do in their classrooms. They have homework to do after school, but they're also practicing and training to be Olympians, to be the best at their sport. You know, I was reading about some Olympians this week, and some of them wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning. They go to the pools to train. Then they finish their training, or maybe they've gone to skateboarding to train. They finish their training, and then they go to class, they go to school, they spend their whole day at school, and then they go home, and then they start training again till the evening, and they go to bed, wake up the next day, do it all over again. It takes them commitment, it takes them effort, and it takes them a lot of work. You know, they have to be loyal to their country, to represent their countries in the Olympics, but they also have to be loyal to their sport and committed. Loyalty is all about commitment. Being committed to something or someone and being able to go above and beyond to show support for that thing. And that's what our Olympians have to do when they're playing their sports. So I wanted to talk about loyalty today and commitment, not just to sports, but to people, to those around us. In fact, I'm going to invite Pastor Pauline back in to the camera here to join me. I've got a few questions for Pastor Pauline. For joining me, Pastor Pauline.
No worries.
So good to have you here. I would have loved to have chatted with you guys in person to see what your answers are going to be, but I'm sure Pastor Pauline will have some similar ones for me. So to put you on the spot here, Pastor Pauline, what characteristics do you look for in friends?
Ooh, I personally look for people that are committed to their friendship. People that don't just show up on Monday or whenever they feel like it, but people who, if you are having a birthday party, they do commit to going, or if you are feeling sad, they're there for you. And yeah, they treat you the same way as they always would, no matter who's around.
Okay, awesome. I like that. So committed, they honor their word. They're always there when they're going to be there. They help you when you're sad. I like that. I like those responses. And they're themselves.
Yeah.
Always. They're not pretending and that sort of thing.
Yeah. No fake friends.
No fake friends. I like that. So you've talked about commitment, and that's sort of what we're talking about, that loyalty, that commitment. So how important is loyalty to you in a friend? On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being you don't care about it, your friend can be whoever they want and they don't have to be loyal to you or committed to you. 10 being you want them following you around, you want them representing you at the Olympics and supporting you. Where would you put loyalty?
I would probably put it at a 7 or an 8.
So pretty high.
Pretty high, but also I understand sometimes it's hard with life and schoolwork. Sometimes they can't do everything I would like them to do. So giving them that room to also, do their own thing as well and also be by my side.
Yeah,
you
awesome.
know,
So we need to consider, where would you rate loyalty in terms of its importance to you in friendships? I personally think it's pretty high, and I think Pastor Pauline, I like what you've shared there. That's pretty high for you as well.
Yeah.
Third question for you, Pastor Pauline. How loyal would you say that you are on a scale of 1 to 10?
Me?
How
Wow.
loyal are you to your friends?
Look, I would like to see myself as someone who's quite loyal. I've had the same friends for quite a long time, but I also make new friends too. So I would say I am hopefully around like a 7, 8 as well. But as life gets, busier, sometimes you have to do your own thing, but I still think there is a strong level of loyalty that I bring to friendships.
Awesome. I like that. I didn't get a number from you, but a strong level. So I'll put you in the 7 or 8 sort of category there as well. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pastor Pauline. Let's give Pastor Pauline a round of applause. Thank you for joining us. You can make your way back as well. Awesome. Loyalty is important. Commitment is important. And I think if there's one thing I wanted you to take away from today, it's the importance of you to be loyal to your friends and to find friends who are loyal and committed to helping you be a better person, which I think is pretty awesome. There are animals, there are pets which are loyal as well. In fact, dogs are known as man's best friend. Dogs are known as being loyal. Have you guys got any pets? Have you got anybody in your life who you think is a committed friend, a pet who is always with you and committed, that will follow you around wherever you go, just like dogs do? Dogs follow their owners. I had some great dogs growing up. One of them was called Monty, another one was called Guinness, and they were committed, they were loyal friends who I looked out for. In fact, I want to tell you a story of a dog today. I was reading this story this week, and I thought this was the most incredible story that I've ever read about the world's most loyal dog. His name is Hachiko. Got a photo for you that I'm going to show you on the screen right now of Hachiko, the dog. Look at that. Isn't he a beautiful dog? He looks like you just want to cuddle him. You just want to play with him. I love the look of Hachiko there. So Hachiko was a Japanese dog a long time ago. He lived in the 1920s with his owner, and he was a great example of loyalty, of commitment. He loved his owner. In fact, he would follow his owner around as much as he could, wherever he could go. His owner was quite an important man. He was a professor, so he had a really important job, and Hachiko couldn't follow him everywhere, but he tried as much as he could, and he followed him wherever he could. In fact, every day, as the man would get up and he'd walk to work, he'd catch a train. In fact, here's a photo of the train station that this man would catch every day as he was on his way to work. Hachiko would follow his owner, his master, every day. He'd follow him to the train station. He'd say goodbye to him as he would hop on the train and he'd go off to work. And then Hachiko would run off home and do whatever he did, whatever dogs do during the day. He had a bit of freedom, I think. And at the end of the day, he would make his way back and he would meet his master at the same time every day at the train station. Can you believe that? Imagine if your dog followed you to school every day. You're walking to school, he's following you to school, and every day he stops at the gates of the school as you walk in, and you go do your thing at school. You come out of school at the end of the day and your dog is sitting there at the gates waiting for you to walk you home. That's what Hachiko did. That's what Hachiko was good at. He was loyal, he was committed. Wherever his owner went, he went. Until one day, things didn't go to plan. Things were quite sad one day when his owner never returned home. You see, his owner had passed away that day, and Hachiko didn't know that. There was no way of communicating that, of course, to a dog. But Hachiko waited at the train station every day. He waited there for his owner to come home, and his owner didn't come home, so eventually he went home to his house. And then the next day he wandered back to the train station and he did the same thing again. In fact, it's known that Hachiko would wait at the train station for 9.5 years to see if his owner would hop off that train at the same time every day. Even when Hachiko moved homes, even when he was with a new family, he would find his way to the train station every day. And word got around. Hachiko got quite popular because people recognized his loyalty, his commitment, the fact that he wanted to do whatever he could to be with his master, even though he couldn't see where his master was. So here's a photo of Hachiko with some friends who would come and visit him. They would wander from far away to visit with him and to meet with him because they wanted to see him. They wanted to learn about Hachiko and grab some photos with him. He became famous and well known in his community. Loyalty is important. Just like Hachiko showed loyalty to his master, always wanting to be there with him, we should show loyalty to our friends, to our families, and show commitment to help people, to show kindness, to have the right kind of relationship with people. And I was thinking, as I thought about Hachiko's story, it reminded me of God. You see, God is committed to you. God is committed to me. God loves us. He cares about us. The Bible tells us so many stories about how good God is and about how committed God is to each of us, to always wanting to spend time with us. And we make mistakes in our lives, and sometimes we don't show up in our lives. But God is always there, sitting there waiting for us, committed to us, loyal to us. Just like Hachiko was loyal to his master. I've got a Bible verse for you guys that I just wanted to share with you because I love it so much. It's found in Proverbs chapter 3. I'm going to show it on the screen for you now. Proverbs chapter 3 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. Seek His will in all you do, and He will show you which path to take." I love that. I love that thought that we should trust in God with all our heart. You see, it takes commitment and loyalty to follow God. And I really want you guys to know the importance of being committed and loyal to God in your life. But the only reason we do that, the only reason we can commit to following God and being loyal to God is because we know in our heart and in our mind that God was committed to you first. God was committed to me first. He was loyal to us first. He loves us first. And because of that, we know that we can trust in Him with all our heart. We can lean on Him all the time, and we can count on Him to make sure that He directs us and leads us and guides us in our lives. So those are my thoughts for you today. Thank you for joining me online in video. I love that we've been able to share some time together today on camera. Make sure that you're loyal, committed to your friends and your family, and make sure that you are loyal and committed to God.